When the complete reconstruction of the city centre of Skopje was announced on February the 4th, 2010, few assumed that this project would turn into the biggest and most costly venture in the recent history of Macedonia. The project in question is Skopje 2014, which many have labelled as controversial not only for financial reasons but also for aesthetic ones. The cost of the project was initially set at 80 million euros, but quickly grew to a whopping 207 million euros before reaching over 628 million in just 5 years. But while some citizens were impressed by the magnitude of the project, many others were furious. Among the latter were numerous architects, non-governmental organisations, domestic and foreign media, and prominent intellectuals who saw this project as an attempt of spreading populist propaganda with tense nationalist overtones. But if taste cannot be disputed, when it comes to money, everything boils down to one question. How can such a small country, with an unemployment rate of over 28% and with a GDP per capita of only 35% of the European average, afford such a luxury? The inescapable impression was that the constant changes had been implemented chaotically, lacking transparency at an incredible pace and without any involvement by the citizens in the decision-making processes. It was also unclear who were the actors in the realization of this massive project and what amount of the budget was allocated for monuments that appeared literally overnight. Compared it to its initial projections, the project has increased more than 3 times in size, and the total expense exceeded the initial estimate by over 7 times. By February 2017, the total amount spent on this project soared to over a staggering 670 million euros. To illustrate, if the country's average annual budget for the 2009 to 2015 period was $2.7 billion, 89.7 million euros were allocated annually for Skopje 2014 project, or 3% of the budget. This amount almost matches the annual budget of the Ministry of Health, which had 96.3 million euros at its disposal for 2015. Hence the need to explain to the citizens, where has their money seeped? How was the alleged beautification of Skopje implemented? Who are the authors behind this project? And above all, how much does this cost us? The database Skopje 2014 Uncovered, published in 2015 by the Balkan Investigative Reporting Network, reveals that by November 2015, the project comprised a total of 136 structures, including 27 buildings, 34 monuments, 39 statues, 5 squares, 4 new bridges, 1 gate, 6 multi-storey car parks, 2 fountains, more than 30 investors, and over 270 contractor companies. Using the database is fairly simple. It's accessible and interactive. It allows you to download documents for each structure, including copies of contracts signed between investors and companies, as well as contracts with designers and artists. Now, every citizen, student, journalist or researcher can find out more about any structure built with their money. They can learn how much of it has been spent so far, the cost of royalty fees, the price of construction materials, who was involved in the realization of the project, who managed to earn the most, and most importantly, how much does all this cost us? Given the fact that many of the structures of Skopje 2014 are not yet completed, some existing only as preliminary designs while new ones are constantly proposed, the database Skopje 2014 Uncovered is constantly updated and renewed on a regular basis. As of now, there is no more room for excuses. All of the answers to the myriad of questions regarding Skopje 2014, which have been accumulating for years, can be found in one place: the Skopje 2014 Uncovered database. Check it out.